So this question says, name the line of reflection for the pair of images. It is really important that it says pair of images. In other words, we want to figure out which one of these lines we can fold our paper at to where both of those images map onto each other, or in other words, they line up perfectly. So if we think about folding along line R, I'm actually going to take my figure and I'm going to fold it across line R. And I know this is going to be kind of hard for you to see, but notice how this side goes in and this side goes out. Those do not line up with each other. And even if it did line up perfectly over here, this figure is not mapping onto that figure. And if we want the line of reflection for the pair, they have to fold or map onto each other. So R cannot be your line of reflection. All right, let's take a look at T. If we fold our paper along T, easier said than done. Okay, so it's going to be kind of hard to see, but this is the folded image, and that was the original image. So I hope that you can see that those two do map onto each other. They do line up perfectly. This image, when folded across line T, does lie on top of that image. In other words, T is the line of reflection for this pair of images. But let's say that you wanted to see S just for good measure. So if I fold my paper along line S, okay, so I folded it across line S. I use that as my line of reflection. And you can see that this image and this image do not map onto each other. In other words, they do not lie on top of each other. So when you see a question like this, you need to ask yourself, which line of reflection, in other words, which line could I fold it across to where both of those images map onto each other or lie onto each other, like line T.